to my YouTube channel. So just here to share the info that a lot of people have came up to me and asked, like they would like to know information about documents and what you really need to qualify to teach here. I'll try to cover as much as I can, but obviously if there's something you think I missed or it's unclear, feel free to leave a comment and ask me so that I can clarify for you. So yeah, this video is just gonna be about that. Just enjoy, take some time, take a paper, take a pen. Yeah, let's get right into it. So some of you may know my name is Figile Mavuso and I am South African. I teach in Asia, in Taiwan to be specific. So I've been here for I think 3 weeks now. It's been hard, like adjusting and just settling down. So I'll just be discussing that and in other videos. Right now, let's just focus on the requirements, okay? So you can teach in Taiwan as long as you have a degree, a bachelor's degree of any kind. You need a bachelor's degree, a TEFL certificate. Those are the two things that you will need. And also you will need a police clearance. So those are the 3 things that you need. They may seem just like 3 things, but they need to go through so many authentication and verification, and that is the tedious part. That's the part that's really it takes longer, right? So it becomes much more easier if you have a BEd, which is a bachelor's in education, or a PGCE. So those people, I feel like their process is much more easier, and I can discuss that later in this video. Okay, so you will need your bachelor's degree, as I said, your TEFL certificate. TEFL certificate is TEFL, you can Google it. It's just teaching English as a foreign language. I currently teach science and also language arts, but yeah, you need that. Just to be safe, you need that specific certificate. Okay, you can get the certificate online. I will link that information below, various platforms where you can get the certificates, and I can also share where I got mine, because mine was actually free. I did it online. If you want to know more about that, you can leave a comment. So the police clearance, you just need to go to your, sorry about the noise once again. Yeah. So what you will need to do is go to your nearest police station and just ask for a police clearance. So a police clearance is different from a criminal background, which is what we do when we get jobs in South Africa. A police clearance is actually a certificate. It comes like in a certificate form. You get it at the police station. So what you will do is take 2 copies of your ID, and then I think 170, and then you go to the police station and you ask, hey, I want a police clearance. I'm going overseas, so I'll need this. So what they'll do, they'll take your fingerprints and then send your application to Pretoria. You will get a notification telling you how it's going and when you can go fetch it. And then there are different ways of authenticating. There are different ways of authenticating your documents. Okay, so there are 2 different embassies, Taiwanese embassies or Taiwanese liaison offices. One is in Pretoria, one is in Cape Town. In Cape Town, they have different methods of verifying your stuff, and it's quite easier than Pretoria. But if you are in Pretoria, you might as well just do it in Pretoria, right? So what you will need to do if you are in Cape Town, you can take your documents to, firstly, a notary public, which is a lawyer. Basically, that lawyer will put a stamp for you. After that, you will then go to the High Court. Sometimes the lawyer themselves, they can take that for you to High Court. And then after High Court, you take it to the embassy. So you have 3 steps, only 3 steps that you need to do. However, your educational degree, you need so they like the notary public and the high court, you can take your police clearance and your TOEFL. And some schools require you to do a medical check. I did that. They told me what I needed to do, so I went to a doctor. I went to a person who was checking my lungs for TB and stuff like that. And also I did some blood tests, your HIV, your STDs, your full blood count. You know, they do that so that when you need the NHI card, which is like a health insurance, they have all that info. But for a colleague of mine, he didn't need to do that. He just got here and did everything here. So you can just speak with the school about that. And then yes, so you need to take your degree, your TOEFL and police clearance to these two places that I just mentioned. Okay, then you need to take your degree, your educational degree, to SAQA, which is SAQA, which is the South African Qualification Authority, that is in Pretoria. After that verification, you take that document to DIRCO, which is DIRCO, to get verified one more time. After that, that same document, which is a degree, you just take a copy. They take that to the embassy. That's the last step when it gets verified. So sorry about the noise. I always advise people to start as early as they can, because these offices can take a long time. So there are two intakes. There is an intake for September, which was now the one that I got, and there's also an intake in February, where it's like it's the winter. Is it the winter break? I get my seasons confused. This was summer, yes. So in February it will be still the winter season. So they hire 2 times per year. Okay, so that's what you need. Those are the documents that you need, and that's where you take them. Okay, now it comes to actually applying. Okay, there are different ways of applications. Okay, so I, for example, applied directly to the schools, and I did this because I had stayed here before, so I kind of knew how to go about it, you know. And also, yeah, I knew where to get the post. I'll just say it in a few minutes. You can directly apply to the schools, number 1, or you can get an agency. There are different agencies that can help you with the whole process. So you just submit your stuff to them and they take care of everything. So I'll link them here, because right now at the top of my head it's hard to think of them, but what comes to mind, there's one called Teach Taiwan, there's another one called Group Asia, and a few others. Mainly those ones recruit for the people with a BEd or PGCE, but I'll try to link them here or here after this video and just edit them in. Cool. So you contact them, you can research about them, what you need to submit. They handle everything from flights, accommodation, everything for you. Okay. Also, I think it's important for me to mention, and this is why I did a video, because this is quite a lot of information to just be like send a voice note and you get it, or like, and I can't be doing that for every person, because it's a lot, right? It's a lot to explain, and I'm being hectically busy. But I'll mention this: there are different kinds of schools. There are international schools, which is the school that I teach at. That's sort of like a school where most of the kids know English. Most of them are quite fluent, right? And also they have a test that they write at the end of the year, which is called Cambridge test. So the importance of that school, or what they push for, is that most of the subjects the kids learn in English, so that they can be able to write this test and be able to qualify to go to universities in Australia and abroad, right? So that's an international school, and I can discuss these different schools in details in another video if someone is interested. Okay, then the second one is a public school. That's like your regular school that we all know. So that's like a public school. Usually they hire people with an EAD. So that's like that school is usually bilingual, so they speak Chinese and English, but most of the time it's just Chinese. The kids learn English only in English class. That's my understanding. Okay, then we have a cram school. A cram school is sort of like aftercare vibe. After the kids after they, I don't want to say knock off, but after school after school they go to the cram school. So that's where they learn your maths, English, the noise again, I'm sorry, but that's where they learn English and in detail. It's sort of tutoring in a sense. So those schools usually teach from emini during the day to late, so like from 1 to 9 or from 1 to 7 and so on. So it's up to you what kind of school you think would work for you. I've worked in cram schools and it was okay. I just happened this time around to get an international school, and hey, the pay was good, so it's like, hey, you know what? And also I was lucky enough to teach what I love, which is science. So yeah, that's the only reason. But should I have the choice in future to go to a cram school, I'd grab it with both hands. Okay, so if someone also is interested in me going deeper into that, I can do that in another video, because there's also a lot of differences when it comes to that. Yeah, so that's about it. If I forgot something, please let me know. I'll be gladly available to make another video about that. I'll also discuss the cost of living, salaries, if you're interested in that kind of thing. I just wanted to share this information because a lot of people are interested, and I think I should just share it so that people know and can apply to teach in Taiwan. Otherwise, everything is great on my side. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, share this video. It could help someone, it could help you. Don't stay at home with your degree. Come this side and just start a new life. Thank you for watching.
My head on my pillow, and you got me staring out the window. We were strong stars outside.